Good morning. Back with another pre-bug build. So this one I picked up probably about 6 months ago, and I've just been kind of hoarding parts and whatnot. Now when I picked it up, it was in terrible shape. It was like bed liner black, all of the plastics, and it had a bug eye front wheel on it. It was pretty crappy, and it was all messed up. It was pretty beat. It had an Athena kit on it that the cylinder skirt was like all busted up, and it had no headset covers or plastics, and it had basically everything wrong with it. So I'd stripped it down to the bare frame. I had ordered one of these Brick Yamaha plastics kits, white plastics kits, the all white. Painted the wheels, sanded them down, painted them. I got a Thrill Seeker seat cover. I got a little Adidas fanny pack down there. I picked up these Chirby's hand guards off of Marketplace for $30, and I thought it was probably the best find I've had so far on Marketplace. I got Pro Taper bars. I got a straight stem handlebar, stage 6 bar pad, Moto Force radial brake lever, and then I got a CNC aluminum, like cheap Amazon clutch lever that I basically had to modify a bit to work as the rear brake lever. I got little stage 6 finger guards. You can't really see it, they're already kind of worn. The Chirby's Enduro mirror. Painted the wheels white. I got IRC dual sport tires. And then as far as the motor goes, I did a stage 6 70cc street race kit. This is the stage 6 street exhaust, JDM tail, the SE bikes, BMX pegs. I trimmed up the rear rack and painted it white. It has a Plini 17.5 millimeter CP right now, but I intend on putting a 21 on soon enough. I trimmed up the CVT cover because somehow there was a hole blasted in the back of it, so I just cut it, painted it. The CVT is pretty basic. It's a Polini 3G clutch, adjustable clutch with a Noraku CNC clutch bell, and then the variator itself is the original variator, and I just lightened up the rollers and that kind of stuff. It has no headlight bezel right now because I'm waiting on the Zuma LED headlights to come in, and I got white bezels. I got the white headlight surrounds with the white LED lights, and I have a red headlight bezel from the original 1989 bike. I got some little anodized red valve stems, and I managed to pick this up off of eBay, which is for a booster next generation, but it happens to fit the forks, which I thought was really, really cool. It's the original Brembo caliper. New brake pads and stuff. Little red accent pieces. And for the most part, that's it. Like I didn't go too nuts. I wanted this to be a very basic wheelie build. I'm happy with it so far. I'm kind of still in the break-in period, so I haven't ripped on it too hard, but I couldn't help myself and got some wheelies in this morning when I went to go get coffee. And yeah. It's actually a really freaking cool bike. I'm extremely happy with how it turned out, how it looks. It's gotten some pretty good feedback on like the Facebook groups and stuff like that, and I don't know, there's not much else to say about it other than I really enjoyed this thing. Oh, and again, I used one of these Nibby quick throttles, but this time in silver, and I got domino grips in red and white, which I was really happy with. I got the Trail Tech temp sensor. What else? I trimmed a lot of the under plastics under there because they were already kind of cracked up and beat up and covered in grease, and So I trimmed them up, and I found a piece of conveyor belt rubber from work, and I zip tied it up just so I can still use it as like a cubby to hold a oil bottle and stuff like that. Other than that, that's about it. I'm really happy with this bike. Like I'm extremely happy with it. Like this is probably my new favorite prebug. Like I don't have, you know, I don't have any problem saying that. The blue bike has always been my favorite, but I really think that this kind of takes the cake on it, especially once I get the headlight bezel and the headlights in with the LED lights. Now, as far as power goes, I'm literally just running power off the stator, and the zuma lights run off the stator too, but I don't have a battery in it because I don't really have anything else to run. So the brake lights are set up, or the brake light is basically lit up in its brightest position as if I was pulling the brake levers. So when I'm riding, it's just really bright red. And then the headlights will be, you know, the same. They'll be in with both the LED ring, the halo ring, and the actual LED lit up at the same time as well. There's no way to hook up a brake light switch on either one of these things, and honestly I don't do enough daily street riding to justify trying to figure out a brake light switch. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's not a ton left to talk about. That's the basic gist of the bike. I got the unipod filter, and oh, I think I also have Polini carbon reeds on the original reed block on this on here. And then yeah, that's about it. Again, like all my bikes, I run 36-to-1 Caster 927, and yeah, I'm very, very happy with it. Very happy with it. There's not much else to say. I can basically pick the front end up at just about, you know, any speed, 35-40 miles an hour, and the front end will come off the ground. And that's kind of what I've been looking for all along. Like, I have a bug eye that'll do wheelies. You know, I really have to try to get the front wheel off the ground at like 30 miles an hour, but it just doesn't have that power because I still have the stock exhaust with a Naraku 70cc kit. So it doesn't necessarily have the grunt to do so. And the other two pre-bugs I have are both 50cc, so those ones don't really have the power past a certain point to lift the front end up. But this being my first 70cc pre-bug, like, it's not even fully broken in, and I was ripping down the block, and I could pull it up pretty much at any point in time, and the front wheel will come off the ground, which is super exciting to me, because when I go on like the little ride outs that I do with a group of guys in downtown Nashville, you know, all these guys are picking up the front wheel on their Groms and Z125s at 35-40 miles an hour, and I'm just trying to keep up at that point with most of my other bikes. You know, I can't get the front wheel up, but this one might be the game changer for me. I can comfortably say that it'll lift the front wheel up, you know, pretty effectively at those speeds too, so I'll be wheeling alongside of them. But yeah, this thing is super rad. Like, I'm beyond stoked with it. I think it has a pretty cool look with the handguards and all the white and red, and once that headlight bezel and LED lights, you know, get installed, and it'll be a more complete looking bike. And man, the CP 17.5 isn't exactly enough carburetor for what I'm doing here, but I was too eager. I'm actually trading with another local scooter guy, and probably in a couple days I'm gonna go meet up with him, and he has a CP21, and I'm trading some stuff to him so I can get that, and then I'm gonna put that on here, and I feel like that might be the ticket to it running, you know, super perfect. Like, I saw some pretty high temps, or I shouldn't say high temps, like 325, 330, 340, and on its braking period, you know, like I guess I should kind of expect temperatures like that, or somewhere close to that. But I like it to usually sit around 300 or you know, 290, 300, 310 if I'm holding it wide open for a while. just because that's like a comfortable range for me, and I know it's getting enough fuel to keep it cool, and I'm not going to seize up the cylinder. Yeah, that's about all I have to say. It's a beautiful scooter. It rides really nice. It's very comfortable. The seat looks great in my opinion. Thrill Seekers did a great job on that one. The pipe is really responsive in all power range, like from low, mid to high. The 70cc street race, I have one on one of my bug eyes, and it's been a very reliable cylinder. So if you're looking for a reliable cylinder for one of these pre-bugs or for a bug eye, the 70cc street race kit is like a go-to. But if you do go ahead and acquire one of those, I fully suggest that you chamfer the ports and give it like a light sanding with like a 200 grit, 250 grit sandpaper on the port edges before you go ahead and install everything. Clean it really well and whatnot, and the break-in should be fairly quick with that being done, so the rings don't get caught on anything. And it's just such a good cylinder kit. Stage 6 really knows what they're doing, and this is my first time getting one of these pipes, the Stage 6 street pipe. And again, another excellent product by Stage 6. Like, that thing is awesome. There is a restriction in the actual downpipe itself, but just take like a 3/8 extension and stick it in there and wiggle it back and forth, and it just breaks out pretty quickly, and then you can trim up if there's any leftover welds or whatever. But yeah, this bike, I actually also have a bug eye shock, just because for my height and weight and all that, it's a really comfortable shock to have on here, and it lifts the back of these bikes up, because I believe this shock is 280 millimeters. So it lifts the back of this bike up, and if you are wheeling one of these bikes, it makes it so much nicer to wheelie. Like it gives it a nice solid balance point. Like, I'm 6'3" and I weigh like 220 pounds, 215, 220 pounds. And when I sit on it, it doesn't squat. It's nice and firm. And like when you're actually riding and you hit bumps or you go over some dips or whatever, it handles it very well, because the bug eye is a slightly heavier bike, and I guess it was intended for slightly larger riders, and these pre-bugs are kind of on I wouldn't say the daintier side, but they're definitely not very tall or heavy set person friendly. Like, they are much smaller and much more, I guess, made for the smaller individual than the bug eyes are. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna put any riding footage in on this one. I might just leave it at a video talking about the bike, and I'll throw up another video of me riding it, just because I don't have my chest mount today. It was kind of like a quick decision to come out and make this video this morning. But I hope you guys like it. Hope you enjoy the bike. I certainly do. If you have any questions about some of the stuff on here, or where you can get any of these parts, go ahead and leave a comment below. My main go-tos as far as parts go have been scootertuning.ca, and a newer choice of mine is now secretimport.tv. Those guys are really great too. They have a lot of different parts in stock, and a lot of stuff that other companies don't necessarily carry. Scooter Swap Shop is also a good site to get stuff from if you're in the US. And yeah, just happy scooting. Enjoy the Zumas. Any 2-stroke Zuma is by far the best scooter in my opinion. Well, I'm gonna be hopping on this thing and heading home. So please like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy the content. There will be more videos. I'm going to be trying to get videos of some ride outs that I go on, local mini Monday and stuff like that. So stay tuned and have a good day.